Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining me today for a very special edition of the Jenny Show. We're devoting this entire half hour to the story of a little miracle baby here in Augusta named Elizabeth. She's just turned 15 months old, and that's a significant milestone because the thing is, Elizabeth wasn't expected to live 15 hours, much less 15 months. And getting her here, just the live birth itself, was a very high risk and life-threatening process for her mother, Samantha. Elizabeth was born with a rare condition called Calder regression. It occurs about once in every 100,000 newborns. Elizabeth also has a heart disorder associated with Calder regression. Calder regression syndrome is characterized by abnormal development of the lower spine of the developing fetus. You can see in this x-ray that bones may be misshapen, even missing. Calder regression impairs the lower half of the body and can cause abnormal development in certain organs, the rectum and anus, and leg joints and bones. This disorder commonly appears in infants who are born to mothers with diabetes, in which it affects approximately 1 in 350 newborns. There's also a clear interrelation with insulin-dependent diabetes in mothers. It's statistics like those that led little Elizabeth's mom and grandmother to a national talk show last year.
She's just a hot mess when it comes to this disease. She doesn't think it's serious. She wants to be like everybody else. She wants to eat what she wants to eat. She does not want to have to take shots. The fact that she can't feel her feet, the fact that she has got horrible ulcers and scars all over her legs, the fact that we were just in the emergency room last night, the night before, she doesn't realize that this is going to kill her. I want her to understand the severity of this disease. I don't want her to go blind. I don't want her to go on dialysis. I don't want her to have her legs amputated.
Samantha Stamatakis joins me now. And Samantha, that was a really dark time for you and for your mom, and we are not going to revisit that. But I wonder if you can hear what Christina is saying now through a mother's heart, now that you have a baby.
I can. Back then, it was, I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be that normal teenager. I wanted to not have to worry about this disease that I was given. And when I found out I was pregnant, I do admit that I wasn't taking care of myself like I should have, and I wasn't listening to doctors, and I didn't want to listen to anybody. And it wasn't till I was 6 months pregnant that I did find out that my daughter was going to be born with a rare disability. So,
and you know what? It sounds like you reacted the way a lot of people would. You out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. It sounds like while your mother was trying so hard and trying to beg for help to get somebody to make you understand how important your health was, you also, you just didn't, denial. It was just denial, wasn't it?
It was denial, and it wasn't till I had the right help and I had people, doctors, that I took it seriously, but it was a little bit too late. But I do now take it and consider it that when I do decide to have another child, that I will be more prepared by taking care of myself.
You have the potential of encouraging other young people with type 1 diabetes about the severity of the illness.
Yeah, it's very serious, and I would never wish this upon anybody, but if you were to not take care of yourself, it can lead you down a bad road.
I want to ask you about something else. When you found out, you know, that you were pregnant, and you were 19, and you weren't married, and then the medical problems, you could have had a medical abortion, but you chose not to.
I could have, saying I was with the wrong person, and I wasn't in the right state of mind to have a child that young. I did decide to keep her, and she has opened up my eyes now. I am in college, I'm on track to do the right thing, and I want to better myself for her.
So you feel that you know, despite the age and the circumstances, you feel like I can be responsible enough, and I am going to get myself in a position where I can raise my daughter.
Yeah, I don't want her to grow up with a mother who can't not do anything, because I can do anything I want to do, and I want to teach her and grow with her and have her grow and do everything she can do.
What did it feel like when they, you know, when they put your baby in your arms the first time?
The first time I actually held her, I wasn't able to hold her right after I had her C-section. They took her straight to the NICU. Yeah. The first time I did hold her, sorry. Yeah. It was magical. She held onto my finger, and it's just the warmth. I knew I was gonna love this baby no matter what.
And is that love you feel when you watch her now and you see her grow? I'm
amazed by her. Like, yeah. For doctors to tell me that, hey, your child's not gonna live more than an hour. Well, here she is 15 months later, and she gets around any way she wants to.
It is amazing. It is, what she's saying is true, and we're going to show you that in just a minute. Do stick around, because when we come back from this break, you're going to meet little Elizabeth. Stay with us. And you are looking at 15-month-old Elizabeth Stamatakis. And Elizabeth is on the move. She has been entertaining us in the studio because Elizabeth can get around on her little bumpus chair right there. She can't use her legs, but boy, can she use her, wow, okay, roadblock. Wow, can she use her upper body? Yes, indeed. And she can use her lungs, you can tell too. I want you to meet Elizabeth's grandmother, Christina Karina, and you met Samantha already, Samantha Stamatakis, and I'm just so pleased that y'all are here because I've known Elizabeth's story since before she was born. And I've talked at length to Christina about the different challenges and the fears. And Christina, when we look at this baby today, oh my gosh, I just can't help but thinking back to a time when, I mean, you all had decided to go through with the pregnancy basically to donate organs.
Yes, they told us she wouldn't live. So it was about donating her organs to a child that would need them and making funeral arrangements for her. Yeah. And thank God, none of that happened, and she's a little spitfire. She is beautiful, and she's so active. I think that's what surprises me the most. She's just active as any baby. She doesn't stop, does she? She doesn't know that. Only we do.
She's just a happy baby.
Yeah, she's a happy baby.
She's a happy baby.
She is.
Now, I was explaining a little bit about her chair, but you all can do such a better job about it.
The Bella's Bumbas is a nonprofit that my ex-sister-in-law actually found them for me. She wrote to them, they sent an application. The Bumba seats actually won't fit her the way her legs are formed.
Okay.
So this was a chair that we had that fits her. So I sent it to them. They made it into this wheelchair and sent it back to me.
It is amazing to see, and I mean, I knew that the studio floor she would be great on, but the carpet's not even bothering her.
Nothing bothers her. She's just as good getting out of it once we unbuckle her.
Yeah, let's take her out.
Come on, go ahead.
Can she get out by herself?
Oh yeah, come on, come here. She's like, no, I'm not getting out now. Yeah. You want to get out?
So put me on TV? No, I'm not going to cooperate.
Come on.
Come on, Elizabeth.
There you go.
Show us. Wow.
Go ahead.
She's hanging on for dear life. She's playing a game. She's totally flirting with the audience now.
Okay.
So Samantha, tell me what this is like for you watching this little baby. I mean, and there she goes. She goes right out of camera. We see her head.
Come here.
Can you make her mind you, Samantha? Can you make her come to you?
Elizabeth.
Come here. Elizabeth.
She's like, no, I like all this other stuff.
Come here.
To watch her is just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
She's a miracle. From not even before she was born to doctors telling me that my baby wouldn't be alive more than an hour after birth because of her heart.
Come here.
But here she is 15 months later.
She's exploring everything, and you can see Christina start to move out of camera before she pulls the monitor on herself. Now join us back over here, Miss Elizabeth. So explain to us a little bit, how do you deal with baby clothes and everything? Because she has little legs, but they're not you know, developed.
Yeah.
We save a lot of money because she's still in 6 month to 9 month clothes.
Okay.
She's 15 months and she's.
But yeah.
Yeah, she's been.
And so does she mainly wear little dresses?
Well, she wears pants. We just can't put. We don't put shoes on her, but she'll wear pants. Onesies are just the easiest.
Yeah. So Christina, I saw this picture on your Facebook page, and the post was so beautiful, and I wanted to share it with the audience right now. It says, God, make my life a little light within the world to glow, a little flame that burneth bright wherever I may go. You have said all along that she has a purpose.
She does. She has a purpose, whether it be to open her mother's eyes, whether to be to open others' eyes, I don't know, but she's here for a reason. She's got my heart. She's got everyone's attention. She's just a happy little baby, and just a joy.
Can we mention that grandmother's heart too? Because I also remember when the grandmother said, I'm not going to have anything to do with this baby. This is your baby.
Yeah, well, Samantha's doing the right thing. She's going to school. She's in college. She's bettering herself so she can raise her child. And it's going to take a village, no matter what.
Right.
I mean, it's going to take a village and then some. But I think...
In fact, we have a village in the studio right now, which you can't see off camera.
I mean, yeah, I would be there. I was never going to go anywhere. I didn't expect her to steal my heart, but she did.
Well, she's a precious baby, and I'm just so glad that she was able
Come
to
here,
be here on and off camera with us. There she goes. Okay, see, this is the thing. Okay, maybe she's going to go into the technical side of TV. She wants to know about all these cords, I see. Well, listen, folks, when we come back, Elizabeth's doctor will join me, and she's going to shed a little more light on Calder regression and what physical challenges she'll continue to face. Stay with us. Calder regression is a very rare disorder, and it causes all kinds of complications in the developing fetus. Dr. Travis Stork explained Samantha's ultrasound images like this.
The lower spine does not extend all the way to the tailbone like you would normally hope or expect, which may signify caudal regression syndrome. That may mean that the baby is unable to walk, and if you look closely, the image on the right up there, the lower leg where that red circle is, the bony development of that lower leg is not equivalent to the other bones in the body. There very well may be some deformities in the lower legs.
Dr. Rebecca Pierce specializes in pediatrics and adolescent medicine at AU Health and the Children's Hospital of Georgia. She has watched Elizabeth's physical and cognitive growth since the beginning. Dr. Pierce, thank you for being here. And let's point out that caudal regression syndrome occurs sporadically, meaning that people with no background of the condition in their family can have it.
Correct. It can come on in any generation with no family history, but it is more common in mothers who have diabetes.
I think that one of the, in terms of media, one of the biggest movies that had a storyline about diabetes was Still Magnolia years ago. And Julia Roberts had type 1 diabetes, and Sally Field was the mother, and Sally Field did not want her to get pregnant, and she was so excited when she was pregnant. So this makes you think about the reasons, because it can be so hard on the mother, first of all, and
Correct.
Then there can be other complications.
Correct. These babies from the beginning can grow to be too large while they're still in the mom. They can have issues maintaining blood sugar once they're born. They can have heart defects. They can have problems with their bowel. There are a whole host of issues that babies born to diabetic mothers can have.
That is so sad.
It is.
What do you do? How do you help as a physician? What can you do?
One of the things we can do is try to get the mom to keep her blood sugar in control, keeping it in that kind of 100 range and not letting it go too low or too high. Both extremes can cause injury to the baby.
So once that baby is born, if there are developmental disorders, then there are just going to be challenges through the baby's life.
Correct.
Now, speak a little bit about Elizabeth's situation when, before she was born, the doctors didn't think she would live.
Correct. So we know that Elizabeth has caudal regression or sacral agenesis, and so her spinal cord and column did not form all the way. So she has the first part of the cervical spine, and she has her thoracic spine, but starting at the lumbar spine, so kind of the lower back, she has the first L1 bone that's kind of small and didn't form correctly, and then the rest of the bones just didn't form.
Oh my goodness. We saw the video, and we've seen how she can get around.
Yes.
So as she grows, does she move into like a little child-sized wheelchair?
She will. She will definitely have a small wheelchair that will be made for her so that she can tackle anything.
Well, she seems pretty fearless right now, doesn't she?
Most definitely.
And if you want to know how you can help Elizabeth and how you can support this family through a unique fundraiser, you're going to want to stick around. Robin Kelly joins me later to talk about her salon's upcoming haircut-a-thon, Happily Ever Elizabeth. Welcome back, everyone. A local salon is all about giving back to the community. In fact, over the years, they've raised nearly $100,000 for local families. And this year, Trend Salon is celebrating Happily Ever Elizabeth Day on Sunday, September 16th. Robin Kelly is the owner of Trend Salon in Martinez. And Robin, this is going to be your 10th year of doing this kind of a cut-a-thon.
Yeah, we're excited.
I love the idea that you all are giving of your time and your talents to benefit someone in need.
Thank you.
What made you decide to start doing this a decade ago?
So a friend of mine, Melissa, her daughter had trisomy 13, and a mother that her son had cancer, she stepped up and said, hey, I'm dealing with my little baby that has cancer, so I want to use the gifts that God gave me and I want to vacuum her house. So then we started realizing what it says in 1 Peter about using the gifts that God gave you. So we decided we would use our gifts to help somebody else, and it just kind of spiraled from there.
And I love it because you're doing it on a Sunday, so you're not taking away from time when you normally have your clients scheduled.
Correct.
You're not saying to anybody, sorry, we're not going to be able to do you on that day.
That's right.
You're working another day that week.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a lot of fun on that Sunday. You're going to have all kinds of things going on besides, haircuts and nail polish and things.
Yes, ma'am. It is. It's just a fun-filled day for the whole family. We're going to do haircuts, face painting. We'll have a bouncy house for the kids. We'll do nail polish changes. There's just a slew of activities, free food, lots of free stuff. All we ask is that people come out and donate any amount that they feel led to do.
I love that. That's a really nice thing to do. How did you learn about Elizabeth, Robin?
I do Christina's hair.
Okay.
And through this process of praying for God to give us the next cut-a-thon person, we've never picked a child. It's always been God put something specifically in our path. And my husband one day said, Robin, she's your neighbor. She actually works across the street, so this is the time we really need to love our neighbor, literally, because she is across the street from us. So she was supposed to be the one the whole time.
I love it. I love that so much. We want to make sure that you know the date. So Robin lets us make our way back over to the couch, and I'll tell you about this. It's the 10th annual cut-a-thon, Happily Ever Elizabeth. It will be held at Trend Salon on Sunday, September 16th from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. There will be free haircuts, polish changes, and as Robin said, free lunch, and Robin said, lots of free stuff. There'll be a bouncy house for the kids, face painting, and again, all the money raised goes directly to little Elizabeth's family. And that is all the time we have today. Thanks again to Christina and Samantha for sharing Elizabeth's story with us. Samantha, I'm sure that you have made an impact on so many other people just by sharing what you have and talking about your illness. And I hope that a lot of other people will learn from the enormous challenges that you have faced.
Yeah.
And Robin and Dr. Pierce, thank you both for being here today too. I appreciate you giving us your time to talk about your special relationships with that little Elizabeth that keeps rolling out of camera. There she is. You'll find all the information about Robin's cut-a-thon at Trend Salon, Happily Ever Elizabeth, on our website, WJBF.com. Just click the Jennie link. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I'll see you again next Tuesday at 12:30 for Jennie. Okay, so she likes your blanket.